have a lot going on.
Yes, we do.
I might be a little nervous again.
Not as much as I am, again.
So the big thing going on is tomorrow Phil has his big shoulder surgery. And I can't be there because of COVID. I can only drop him off. I cannot go in the building.
Which sucks doubly.
Yeah, that it happened with his elbow too. So it's going to be a good 5 hours or more that he's going to be there. So I actually am coming back here, and I will be moving our rig to another site by myself.
Yeah, we're staying here at the same campground. We're moving to a different site because we're going to be here a little bit longer, so we want a little bit more creature comforts.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the plans, but we went and took a look at the site. It has a casita, and being that I'm going to be immobile for a while with my arm and not have to fight our RV shower and Stacy fight and splash.
Try to help.
Yeah, we're going to move to a casita that has a huge walk-in bathroom. So that's the reason why we're moving.
Yeah, and I'll give you guys a tour of that once we get over there and set up. But right now, Phil's giving me a final walkthrough so I can make sure I remember everything I need to do by myself tomorrow.
Yeah, she can do everything. She's done it before, but she is going to have somebody here in the park help her, guide her into the casita site so that she doesn't hit the side of the casita with Ruby.
Yeah,
that
the
would be
roof
bad.
Hanging over, and to make sure I get far enough to the left so I'm not backing up 15 times to open the slides.
Yeah. So we're just going to do a quick walk around. She's going to know what she needs to do to unhook and then hook back up when she gets over there. The tire covers definitely need to come off tonight, so I'll take those off for you tonight.
Okay.
And then what you'll have tomorrow is the sewer, the fresh water, and the power cord and the surge protector. I'll disconnect cable tonight right before we go to bed.
Okay.
But you'll have to do all that. And you know how that goes and how to store all that.
Yeah.
So you're good there. Oh, number one thing. Trip
the breaker.
There you go.
I got the breaker.
I think
are you going to take the wee boost off the roof tonight?
Yeah, I'll disconnect the cable. Let's walk over there and I'll show you. We'll
okay.
Just disconnect that. If I were here, I would probably leave that in the slide opening and just close it. But I'll disconnect it tonight and we'll take the wee boost cable out and I'll just put it on the roof. I'll coil it up on the roof.
Okay.
And we'll leave it attached. That way, if you have to get up there, it's already there. All you got to do is just run the cable back through there and we can hook it back up.
Okay.
And then these you can leave these on. Since we're only going around the block.
Okay.
Just leave them on. And that's it.
Well, if I can drive the rig from our last park to here, and towing the Jeep, and I hooked up the Jeep, if I can survive that, I can literally drive around the corner to the backside.
Yeah, and the good thing is, I think we mentioned earlier, we will have somebody help guide her in.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we were just out doing our walk around at the rig here, and the people that are in the spot knew we were coming in, and they came over and gave us some pointers on the spot, and or about the spot, I should say. So
yeah,
we're good.
So apparently, we need binoculars to watch watch the golfers. Might be a good time to invest in that. Yeah. We'll need it for Bloom Fiesta anyway.
That's right. They said that they would sit out there and they would laugh and watch all the golfers. And last week they went and played golf, and they knew that the peanut gallery was right there, so they skipped that hole, which is hole 14. They just went right past it.
So once we get settled and stuff over there, we will definitely give you a tour of the place.
Yeah, you're gonna like it just as much as we do.
Yeah. I'm back home from dropping Phil off for his surgery, and now I have to pack up the rig all on my own for the first time. You can kind of see behind me, I've already started on the inside, so now I'm going to go outside and take everything down except the power. People who are in our site now, we talked to them yesterday, and they are leaving at 9 a.m. So I have about an hour and a half to get packed up, so I'll leave the power on until the last minute. I'm almost done outside. I'm just going to need to do the power. Thank goodness I did it all by myself on the way here. So if you want to see that video where Phil and I switched places for the first time, you should check that out. Before I bring the slides in, I'm going to do a quick walk around just to make sure there's nothing in the slides, there's nothing that could get trapped. because that's the last thing I want. Usually one of us is outside just double checking, making sure everything is good, but with me by myself, I got to do both jobs. I've already moved the e-bikes out of the way. You can see them now behind the rig. They were kind of tucked up underneath the slide, so I've moved those out of the way, and the slides look good. Nothing that I'm going to trap. So I'm going to go ahead and use the AC to close the slides. I'm not going to start the rig. I'm just going to turn it to AC mode and close them up since I'm still plugged into shore power, and be one less thing I have to do when it's time to move. All right, it's time to do it. I just broke out into a big old sweat, but I'm moving the rig by myself.
Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
All right, guys, I made it. I did it. I did everything without Phil. Oh my gosh, when I got into the seat of the rig to drive it, I broke out into a big, deep sweat. But luckily, I had some awesome people here to help me out. Jay and Jenny came over and guided me in perfectly. I didn't even have to adjust the rig. I was able to open up the slides, and I just hooked everything up. Although I want you to know I did have a moment of panic, because after I hooked up the outside, I came in to turn on the air because I want it nice and cool when Phil comes home, and the air wouldn't come on. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? So I went back out, checked the pedestal again, made sure I'd flipped on the breaker, came back in, the charge controller looked fine. I went in the back, turned the AC on in the back, it came on right away. So then I was thinking, oh crap, something's wrong with our AC, it was just fine. So I went over again, and of course it was set on 78, and it was 77 in here. So there you go. It's all good. I'm super excited that I did it. So be sure and trade places, so in case something like this happens, you're confident to do both sides, or should I say both jobs. So phew, now to put together the inside so I'm ready when they call me to come get him. Phil is no longer slurring and is now allowed to be on camera.
Whoop, whoop, I'm back. Well, somewhat back anyway. I feel like myself, that's for sure.
Yeah, he can hold a complete sentence and a complete thought now. So
without the fear of nodding off or drooling on myself. It's always a plus.
And I didn't get any footage of any of that, so sorry.
No, none.
All right, so we have gotten a lot of requests for tours of the Casita. So that is on the top of the list.
Or as I like to call it, the rehab spot.
Before we give them the $2 tour of the Casita.
That's right.
Or the med spa, maybe we should tell them our awesome news.
Yeah, we have some really good news too. You're going to like this.
So GasStop saw our video last week and really, really liked the idea of giving back to veterans. So they heard what we were doing with Homes for Our Troops, and they wanted to join in.
Yeah, so remember we said we were going to donate $1 from every shirt sold. Well, they came back and said, we'll add to that. So for every shirt that we sell, they're going to add $1 as well.
That's right, so $2 for every shirt sold to go to Homes for Our Troops. That is pretty awesome. I am so excited about that.
Yeah, and that doesn't even include the tip jar. The tip jar is overflowing right now, and we are just over the moon ecstatic with that.
That's right. Every penny from the tip jar does not go to us. It all goes to Homes for Our Troops.
Right.
So in case you're wondering what we're talking about with the tip jar,
That's right.
We're actually talking about our Today is Someday t-shirt sale. So if you haven't bought a t-shirt yet and you've been meaning to, now's your chance, because Sunday at midnight, that's it.
They don't just apply to RVing. Remember that. They cross so many different lines on anybody's Today is Someday list.
And I do want to also let you know that GasStop was so excited about our fundraiser that they extended their sale to midnight tonight. So if you were meaning to get a GasStop but didn't make it, or a couple of people were having trouble with the link, you can still get it for 10% off one and 15% off two. I will put the correct link down below. You can't get the discount with or on Amazon or over at our other good friends, Techno RV.
Right.
It has to be on GasStop's website, and you have to use our code YMRV. So I'll put the link down there for that. Don't miss the opportunity for the discount. Oh, and I have to say we are affiliates with them, because if not, I'm against the rules.
Right. So what that means is they like us and we like them, so we're spreading the good wealth onto you guys.
That's right. We're only affiliates with companies that we love their product, we use their product, and we trust their product. So.
Right. And absolutely, GasStop is one of the best safety features we've added to Ruby.
That's right. All right. And then one other thing is we are planning to expand our community. I don't have a mouse in my pocket.
We are expanding. That's right.
So I'm going to put links down below. I want you guys to go check out Our Village. It is a free social media app, but it's not an app like Facebook or Instagram. It is all RV all the time, and that is all it is.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it is a great way to find your circle of RV friends or like-minded friends. There's a group out there for just about any RVer. We found our first full-time RV besties using Our Village, and we were only 3 months into our full-time adventures.
And if you guys have watched many of our videos, that's Alan and Angie, that's who we're talking about. We completely traveled with them all last summer through the Northeast and had an amazing time. As a matter of fact, they're going to be here with us on the 3rd, so we're super excited. So what we want to tell you about is a way to develop a community through our page, You, Me, and the RV, because the you is actually you, not us. So join our page. I'm going to put a link down below, one for people who haven't joined Our Village, and one for a link for people who already are members but are not a part of our community. If you go on to Our Village, you'll be able to see all the You, Me, and the RV community on the map. And then you can get together and you can meet and you can form these friendships like we have. I really want you guys to have that and be as excited about that as we are.
Yeah, and the one of the really cool features about that is if you're traveling, say, from the East Coast to the Midwest, and you want to figure out or find out how many You, Me, and the RV groupies are out there, you can find them along the way. I mean, it is phenomenal what Our Village will do as far as bringing the community closer.
We hope you join us over there, and we hope you become a part of our community on Our Village. And it is going to be a great way for us to plan future meetups, because we can go onto that map, see if there are people within our group that, you know, are friends, and we'll know if it's worth planning a meetup for, if there's enough people around that would show up and join us. Yeah,
I mean, that is a great tool, a great feature of the Our Village community.
All right, so we are going to see you on Our Village, and we're going to let you see the Casita.
So when you first come in, you have this kind of office type area, and as Stacy will show you, this is where we have our e-bikes. But there's a desk here, and there's a storage closet. But more importantly, and it has this beauty right here. This is why we got the Casita. This is what Stacy wanted. This is what sold her on the Casita, was having the ability to have this walk-in shower, because as you can see, I can't use my right arm. So if we were in our small RV shower, we would flood the shower with her trying to help me. This is about the size of our whole living room. We gained a huge footprint by coming over to this Casita. The other added benefit to having this outdoor patio is we have this whole outdoor kitchen. Huge grill, sink, and a refrigerator. And the propane comes with it, so the first month, if you're here for a month, the propane is included. But what's really nice is being able to sit at the table and look at this view and watch the golfers. We can see them throwing their clubs. We've seen many clubs slammed into the ground. Much like if I was golfing, that's what you would see.
Phil might be suffering a little bit, but I'm living pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm suffering more ways than one. I got no use of my right arm, and I got to wear button-up shirts. I didn't own any before this whole evolution started. I had to go buy some, so I have 3 button-up shirts that I'm rotating. But if I have to be anywhere suffering, you got to admit, you can't beat the view that we've got while we're sitting
Yeah,
here.
for sure. So I have to remind everybody, make sure you know how to do everything that needs to be done with the RV, because you never know what might come up and you might need to do everything yourself. So I got really lucky that we actually moved it. You know, I did all Phil's job before we moved it over here. So without that, I would have been freaking out.
Yeah, and it's something we talked about for 2 years, that she needed to be able to do everything that I did. I have to admit, everything went as planned and as we talked about it.
In other words, I kicked butt.
Yeah, there may have been a whole lot of sweating going on both sides.
Very true. I only forgot 2 things.
Yeah.
I forgot to rehook up the cable to the TV, which I actually could care less about.
Right, no biggie.
And the second one is I forgot to put the wheel covers on the wheels.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me sweat a little bit. Make sure you find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and pop down to our village. Join our village community. It's time for everyone to join together, make friends, get to know each other, and we can build our own amazing community within our village.
Right. We would love to see those numbers in the UME and the our village group just soar over the next weekend.
Yeah. When you get on, look at the map. Find out if there's somebody close to you. Reach out to your neighbor. Get to know someone. You never know. You might meet your Alan, Angie, in our village too.
That's right. Man, more than one Alan, Angie.
I know, it's a scary thought, right? Head on over to our website, todayissomeday.net, for more RVing info, tons of links, tons of information, and we'll see you over there.
Yeah, it's a ton of good information over there. Nothing that I contributed to, but a ton of great information.
He's in a couple of cool pics.
Yeah, yeah, I am good for that.
All right, be sure and hit that like button.
Give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell over on Stacy's side.
And hopefully, eventually, once his arm is healed,
Yeah, one day.
we'll see you on the road.